this video I'm going to show you how to save a leaderboard and use that saved data in a different scene. So you're saying like the first place person wins or like the second place, stuff like that. Okay, so if you look right now, my leaderboard is like first place is first place, second is second place, third is third place, fourth is fourth place, and on. So if I click this button right here, it's going to say congratulations. So first place is first place, second is second place, and third is third place. So what we have to do first is we have to go in our global script and add this variables. We gotta add a first place variable, which is null, which means non-existing, nothing really. It means just nothing, but we're gonna change that later. And a second place variable and a third place variable. After that, we gotta make a function called setData fpsp_tp. And the reason we call it that is because like the F in here and the P here will make first place, S in here and the P in here will be SP, third, the T and the P will be TP, stuff like that. So we're going to say first place will equal to FP and second place will equal SP and TP, third place will equal TP. That's it for all our global script, that's all. Then we're going to go and right click in here in our hierarchy, and we're going to click new script and call it saver. And click create. Mine's already created and I'm going to show it to you. So we have first, before we write the code, we have to go in project settings and go to auto load. Click this folder icon and add the saver and click add here and make sure it's enabled. After that, we're going to write the code. So what we're first going to write is this static function called check file, which means it will make a new file. It will make a variable called file, which will be a new file. And if that file exists in this specific directory, make sure that's like spelled the exact same, because that's important. It will return true or else it returns false. But just make sure this is spelled the exact same. Then in static function save data, we're going to take the first place, second place, and third place arguments into this parameter. And we're going to make we're going to make a variable called save content, which is an array mainly. It's an array which will be first place and text. You write in a string, you write first place and you put this first place variable here. The same for second place and third place. Make sure you put a comma though, so it doesn't give you an error, and make sure to close the bracket as well. Then we're going to say global.setData first place, second place, and third place. If you remember, we made a set data here. So this would just set the data of it in the global script first. Then we're going to make a new file, and it's exactly the same file as that one pretty much. And we're gonna make the file. We're gonna open the file and we put this directory so the code can find out where the file is. And then we're gonna make it so we have a permission to write to that file. And in that file, we're gonna like store 2 lines, this save content, and then we're going to close the file. That's it. Then in this static function load data, we're going to make a new file. The same file pretty much, but we're going to make a new variable for it. And we're going to say file.file exists. So if it exists, then it's going to open that file. Make sure again, same directory. Otherwise it'll give you lots of errors and it will not work and you're going to be confused. So just make sure it's the same name. And then we're going to do file.read, so we can read the file pretty much. And we're going to make a variable called contents, which pretty much gets every line in the file. And then we're going to make a for I loop called for I in content.keys. It will just say if I will find something called like first place, it's going to get that content and send it to the global script pretty much. So the global script will now be first place will be whatever they found in the file. You do an LF for the second and third place, and we're going to close the file and return the content so we can use it. Now, if the file does not exist, it's going to make a new file pretty much. So it's going to make like the variables for each of these be null, which we set here, but we're just going to make sure nothing bad happens. Okay, in the leaderboard script, which is called playername.gd, we're going to make a new function called function save, and we're going to say for score data and player list with position or pose, we're going to say if score data position is equal to 1. So if it's first place, we're going to get the saving function. Now saver.save data score data, and it's going to be like player name, and then it's going to be global second place, and we're going to put a comma, make sure so global third place. This is because in here we said first place, second place, and third place. and this one's saving the first place, and we're gonna do that. So this one's getting saved with the player name. You can also change this to be position if you want, or like the score, or you could just copy paste this line and do it again and say score and position score. This is a debugging thing to make sure it works, but you don't need it. But if you do, that's good. And then you're going to say global first place is equal to score data player name. This will make the global first place be this score data we got already. Then we're going to say elif if score data is position 2, which is pretty much just copy pasting this, changing this to a 2, and instead of saying first place, is saying like saving the data in the first place right now, we're going to say global first place. Then we're going to do comma score data player name. You can pause the video right here to copy paste all of this stuff here, and here you can also copy paste again. You can pause right now and just make sure everything's like second place, and that's it. And then you just copy it again for the last time and just put it down here and change all the stuff to be third place. That's it, which again is here. Then to make sure this function works, you gotta go all the way into function ready and say save, so it can call the function so that happens. So now if we just press F6 or click this thing here, we're going to see that it prints out first place, second place, third place. And that's because my stuff is called first place, second place, third place. Then I'm just going to make a button here, which I had, and it's called click, and then all it is to go to this press signal, connect it, and say get tree.change scene to this scene here. This is the scene I just made for saying congratulations to the top 3 people. And it's pretty much a control node with these 3 sprites, and a position node with these stuff. First place, second place, third place. And this is a title, it's a label, and this is just a color rec, which is the background. But we're going to add a grid container, and in this grid container you're going to have to add the script, which if you look it's going to be, so it's extend grid container. This is pretty much using the old code from this player name script. So what we do is we make a new font, a dynamic font, so we can change the default font, and then function ready we make the font add load your font. Mine is called this, I don't know why, but it is. Then you're going to make that, I have an outline, so I'm just going to make like font dot outline size. You can also change the font size by saying font dot size equals like, I don't know, 16 or 32, something like that. Then you're going to say like I had an outline size, so I still want the outline color to be all black, but that's all for the fonts. Now we're going to say var winners, so the top, I'm going to call like these 3 people like winners, I guess. It's going to be saver.load data, and that's it. We're going to also have to make a new function called function add players to grid winners, and make sure to call that function because we have an argument. We have to fill that argument, and I'm just going to copy paste this and put it there. Now for first place, I know this might be a bit messy, I'm sorry, but I tried my best. For first place, you're going to say var first winner hbox, which is going to be an new hbox container, and a first winner label, which is a new label. Then we're going to just make the label, and we're going to add the font override, which we're going to put the font here, and we're going to name that, and that variable you had with the font, you put it there. Then you guys say first winner label.text is equal to str, which means string winners, and we're going to say first place because it's going to load the data and get the first place winner here. And we're going to say first winner label.show, so it shows the label, and we're going to make the hbox add a child, and that child will be the label, and we're going to add the hbox to the tree. We're going to copy paste all of this and paste it here. But instead of saying first winner, we're going to send your second winner hbox, second winner label, and just change those stuff and make sure this is second place. And copy paste that, make sure it's third place. That's it. Then we're going to, and I said we called it already. So if we run it, we're going to see first place, second place, third place. And yeah, that's it. It's that easy to like save and load these stuff, and you can use it whatever way you want. I hope you enjoy, and bye.